Hello, folks. Welcome to Moist Nougat. I am attempting to familiarize myself with my newest camera, the Canon EOS R10. It's my first mirrorless DSLR. Years ago, I had an actual film camera, 35mm film. I still have it. It's up here on the shelf. It's just decoration at this point. In that attempt, I'm just gonna come up with my ideas for doing shit, and so in this video, I'm gonna go through some of my other camera equipment that I've acquired over the years, and the first one is this little. It's kind of like an action camera. It's Midland. I acquired this one from Dan Lee. He got it. I don't know if it was Holiday Inn points or pilot fuel points or whatever. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up using this one as a dash cam in my car. It doesn't shoot the greatest video compared to my other cameras. But I'm going to film on my R10, and that'll be the constant camera, and then I'll set up the other cameras, and I'm using the built-in microphone on the Canon R10 right now. I have a little Rode Video Micro that I'll hook up at some point and try that audio as well. And I'm going to do a few different audio options. The other cameras don't have any other option than the built-in audio. So that is why I'm recording the audio through the Zoom PodTrack P4. But anyways, I'm going to mount up this camera and see how that goes. Okay, so the Midland camera, got it set up on a tripod right next to it. I don't even know what it's getting. It might only be getting half my face. It doesn't have a screen or anything. Last time I used it, it only had half my head. I thought I had it pointed right at me, but anyways, I don't know how the audio is going to turn out. But the next camera that I'm going to test or compare is this little Kodak PlaySport, I believe is what it is. I actually bought this for my wife several years ago. It's a neat little camera. Her sister was getting married, so we're going back several years. I've had this thing. Hasn't been used nearly enough. I mean, it's a little camera you can throw right in your pocket, and it shoots pretty good video, and the audio is not half bad. But yeah, we're gonna mount that one up. Obviously, I acquired it because she used it, for the bachelorette party, and some of the going to try on dresses and stuff like that. But I acquired it from her because she doesn't really shoot a lot of video, and if she does it with her phone. So, anyways, we're gonna mount this one up and move on to the Kodak. Okay, so the Kodak, and the Kodak's actually got a little bit of a zoom, and it shoots photos and does video, and it's a pretty neat little camera, actually. I can't remember how much it was, but like I said, it was several years ago that I bought it for my wife, and it has the actual, the mount, so you can mount it on a tripod. It's on one of my older, crappier tripods. I got a nice tripod for Christmas from my parents. So when I did get a mirrorless camera, I had a tripod that wasn't $15 at Walmart or Best Buy. they're great little tripods for like the GoPros, because the GoPros weigh nothing. Speaking of the GoPro Hero 3 is going to be the next camera I mount up. And it's pretty bare bones. It's an old camera, but it still works great. And it's nice for like B-roll. I'm learning as I go. And it's going to be a work in progress. Some of it is to learn how to use this camera, and also editing. I do my editing in the free version of DaVinci Resolve, and I don't know all the ins and outs. When I'm trying to figure out something, I watch a YouTube video. There's some people that really know their shit when it comes to DaVinci. But anyways, we're going to mount up the GoPro Hero 3. And like I said, built-in audio, so there's nothing I can do, using the raw audio from the R10 and the Zoom PodTrack P4 for the main audio. So we're going to mount up the GoPro. Okay, so I keep putting my headphones on every time. I don't know why, because I don't actually need to hear myself through the headphones. So we're setting those to the side. So this is the GoPro Hero 3. It doesn't have a screen on it or anything like that. Like I said, it's one of their older cameras, obviously. And but it shoots great video. Mainly use the GoPro in the car if I'm doing like in-car stuff. Next camera is going to be the GoPro Hero 7. And I don't know if this is like the white version. It's, I think it's the cheaper of the options. I don't know what they were back in the day. I think they're up to like Hero 11 now. So this one does have the screen on the back, so that's nice. It supposedly is waterproof. I don't put my cameras in the water, any of them, because I'm afraid that something like the GoPro Hero 3, I do have the housing that it comes in, the waterproof housing. I don't take them in the swimming pool or the lake or anything like that. But yeah, it's nice having the two GoPros. Dan Lee and I used to go out in the car and have one on each side, one on each of us. And it was fun. And that's the main use. Or like B-roll when we were doing the podcast, just Dan Lee and I'd have one main camera, and then I'd have the GoPros set up off to the side so I could, for editing video, learning how to edit video. So he was talking, I'd switch to him. I was talking, I'd switch to me. And then sometimes I'd have the both of us on the main screen. But yeah, GoPro Hero 7 is going to be the next one I mount up and compare. So here we go. Okay, so GoPro Hero 7, like I said, it does have a screen on it, and it has zoom capability, so that makes it nice. It's definitely a step above the Hero 3. When I use them together, I usually just completely unzoom the 7, so it kind of matches the same as the 3. And again, no audio ports or anything like that on the Hero 7. I know some of their later cameras do have the option of putting an external mic, but not the 7. Okay, so the next camera, and this is a pretty nifty camera. It is the Zoom Q8. My wife got this for me. I have been looking at it forever. It's a super, super cool camera. It's actually got two XLR outputs on it, so it's, you can record. Obviously, it's got a shotgun mic that didn't come with it. This mic capsule, the omnidirectional, came with it. I don't use that very often. I use the shotgun mic. It's got a fully, well, not, I don't know about fully, but it's got a screen on it, touch screen, your controls for your audio. It's a really cool camera, and this is the camera that I've been using for this kind of stuff and like shooting the podcast and all. Like, this has been the camera that I've used as my main camera for all that. It's a little big to mount in the car. I mean, it's a little heavy to mount in the car, so it doesn't get used for that kind of application. But yeah, this is going to be the next one that I mount up, and we'll do that. And I think as well, I'm going to attach the little Rode Video Micro to the R10, so you can get a little bit of a comparison on the audio straight from the camera, as opposed to having an external mic hooked up to it. So let's mount these up. So I can see far away with my glasses, but I can't see up close. And I haven't been pausing the Zoom PodTrack P4. I've been hitting the fucking menu button, so it's going to be a long file, and it's going to be interesting to edit all this. So there you have it, Zoom Q8. It does not autofocus, but it does have a zoom, kind of like the Kodak. You have to manually zoom it, and it's kind of like a incremental, like zoom 1, zoom 2, zoom 3. So it's kind of choppy if you do it on the fly while you're recording. So you kind of have to just get it set where you want it. It's not like a transition. One other thing, and now I'm all nervous about the Zoom audio. I know it's recording. It's just going to be matching up audio and video. The one thing about the R10, where I have the Rode Video Micro plugged in, when you plug it in, where it plugs in, it kind of fucks up the screen. You can't articulate the screen anymore, so you have to have the screen set where you want it if you're going to use that mic. That's the only downside. I knew that when I bought it. I didn't like where it was placed. If it was on top or bottom instead of on the side where the screen turns. I'm not really sure why they did that. I noticed that with a lot of the lower end mirrorless cameras. This camera was within my budget, and I was looking at 3 or 4 different cameras. I was even looking at some older cameras. For me, the big thing was, number one, this camera. I like the hand grip on it. And obviously I can't show you the camera because I'm using that camera as my main camera. Now, I by no means am a lighting guy. I've watched some videos, but I also don't have the lights that these guys have. I do have some like ring lights. I got a couple mounted at my desk just so they're there if I record there. And then I've got a bigger ring light, and then I've got a couple, cheap lights, all USB. But I bought one of these Ulanzi VL49 RGB lights. They're just little tiny square lights, and I'd show you one, except I'm using them both. A lot more control with these lights. I mean, they're little tiny things. I bought them for mobile, mounting to whatever I'm using with my phone or whatever. So if I was outside and I needed light because it was dark. They're cool little lights, and I got them on Amazon. They weren't super expensive as far as lights go, but I wanted something that was mobile, battery powered. They're rechargeable. Yeah, the Zoom Q8, still a great camera. They have a 4K version out now. I don't need another one. It's very similar. It's got the XLR inputs on it and all that. They geared it kind of towards like musicians or whatever, so you could, record music or audio and video all at the same time, all in one little package. So it's kind of a neat little camera. We're almost done with cameras. I got to do my phone. I don't get the latest and greatest phones. This is a Google Pixel 5, but I do use it to record videos sometimes, like TikTok videos or whatever. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that up next. But I'm also, the audio kind of sucks on this phone, just the raw audio. And it's not that much better with the Rode Video Micro. And the other day I got one of my little lavalier mics out, so I'm going to use the lavalier mic with the phone, because I already know I don't like the audio just through the phone. I mean, you can hear it, it's fine, but it sounds so much better. And I'm not going to run it up through my shirt or anything like that. I'm just going to, so you're going to see the wire. But anyways, I'm actually going to pause this fucking thing this time, and we'll mount up the Pixel. Okay, so it's a little off center, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point, because this video is going longer than I thought it was, and dinner's ready and I'm starving. And the Google Pixel 5, and I'm using the front-facing camera, like the selfie camera, so I can see myself. That's how I can tell that it's off kilter. I should sit over there like that, but it's fine. Hopefully this gives me some video to edit. Last time I tried this last week, I think, and that was when I lost all, for some reason, the files from the Canon R10. They just weren't there. There was 2 files, and there was nothing in the files. One of them was like 4 seconds long, and the other one was like nothing. So I'm hoping I don't run into that again. If I do, I'm going to be pissed. But anyways, we'll see how it turns out. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.